So I just left the second bench. I'm still very low. Yeah, it was such a nice night yesterday. All the stars were out. You know, it's the opposite of full moon now. So you see all the stars. And I saw Orion go from the left outside my window further to the right. It was just so wonderful. And I was looking outside and I was kind of going, if I go outside now, who am I gonna run into? Once it was smelling very peculiar. It might have been the dagger running into the cat. You never know. Right, so, you know, full moon, I'm full of energy. And now, they're not being too much. Yeah. And then also having to battle with that owner of the flat until I leave. You know, will just make me go, hate every single day I'm still around. You know, the way she talks to me is not nice. I'm gonna tell her that she'd rather keep her kind of, you know, way of talking polite, you know, in a business letter. You don't go and we want the rent and then you leave, or whatever, however she put it. She's not saying können Sie like you do in a business letter. In German and Switzerland, the usage of could you kind of clothes all your sentences from what you want or what you're asking for, if it's information or something others need to do. So you go say, could you send me a receipt for this and that? So people receiving a business letter know that this then is like a order, but it's not harsh because it's the wording of a business letter. You say, could you make sure you're moving out this month? Question mark. And then could you make sure you're and then you could go something about the rent, like rather than put two of those sentences following each other. And then, yeah, if you choose to do so, can we now talk about the rent? And then you go, could you make sure you're paying the rent this month too? That's the wording. But she goes making it a personal thing, like I want to meet you at the governmental building office. I want to meet you at my office. And now she goes saying, I don't want to meet her. But she's never said why she wants to meet her. So, me. It's like unfair the way she talks down on me. Also, as I told you, she wasn't really thinking that I could leave within a month. So now I told her, well, that one was the offer yesterday. Today I have already told these people no thanks and it's costly. And I told her in the first letter, it's either going to be me moving and it's going to be expensive for me, or then it's going to be me staying here taking videos of that black cat. But now she's forcing me to see her when she has no right to do so. So she goes, if you're not wanting to see me, you gotta leave this month and you gotta pay the rent too. So this is as unfair as it got. So I told her that she has never told me why she wants to meet me. Besides, I want to be not meeting her privately. If she got something, she can tell me within a business letter. And when I move, I'm gonna give her a business letter too. And besides, it's a costly decision. So I told the woman that I'm not coming. And it's sad. She's not actually, listening when I write what I write. She had the opportunity to get rid of me by the end of this month, had she only thought it through and not be writing to me like some chicken, as if though she's going over my letters with other people, and then getting angry at me because all those people behind her go saying, picking on me, So now she's like having to do something, whereas I'm always just kind of returning the emails, and now she's not getting anywhere. Since 2 emails, she hasn't, since the first email actually, but she wasn't right on the issue. So you cannot go demanding someone to pop up at the office when they're meeting, when they're renting a flat from you. You can tell them by letter, because in the end you would have to have proof of what's been said. So now that I am keeping her letters, I'm gonna tell her. I know that she's kind of, we call it a empty seat. What she's doing has no legal backing. So then the other thing is, I'm gonna tell her I'm writing a book on this mountain people that will include her. And you know what it's gonna be in the end? It's gonna be 2 sentences. I hated living up there. The people are not honest and they cling to each other, making life worse for people from abroad, from outside. And then 180 empty pages will follow. But how would she know? Once I published it, I will just tell her, there it is. Can purchase it. And if she does so, she basically buys an empty book, which is fine with me. I play your tricks better than you do. So, somebody I got the lift from told me the people here, when they do stuff in a bad way, they cover each other. It's the same people, judges, the law, the police. They would always back up someone from here. And I've seen it. A woman wanted to take a photo of me and run. So I was not letting her run away. And a guy passing by, an old fat man, was going, run, to her. He wanted to hold me down. But I would just not have my arm within his hands. I would just get it out. And then whenever she was trying to make a turn, I would just hold the bike. So she couldn't leave because the bike she needed to take with her too. So then 9 minutes, 10 minutes until somebody finally called the police. So when they arrived, the man just ran away. So that's not fair. In Zurich he would have had to stay, give his name and tell what he's seen. But since he told that woman that she could leave, he was kind of also guilty, you know. So he left. So that one was not fair. And because of that I go like showing them middle fingers in all directions whenever something like this happens. I'm totally fine. People cannot harm me, kill my work, or harm my work. I have no problems. I can fight these fights until I move where there are laid back, easy people that don't need to be watching others all the time. That's what this guy told me. People here watch. So I go telling him, yeah, but why? That's like bothering me a lot. And so he goes, yeah, that's just, you know, maybe boredom, maybe just control, whatever. So yesterday I was at home and 2 people were passing by and they went like, are you a burglar? Just because I was walking within the house without the lights on. So people don't see what I do. There is no lights on. So if they're coming tonight again, because only at night you get the chance to look inside. But if I have no lights on, you just won't see anything, right? So this is the Ocking cable car. In 5 minutes it will be here. So what I'm gonna do is sit for a while on the midway bench right up there. I'm so hot in these socks and the shoes as well. But it's not worth staying here, you know. There is no movie theaters. There is just junk places and there is no culture, no kind of people you can run into that you might start liking. It's all farmers and gardeners and, you know, people that go when I cross the street, watch me cross the street when I turn the head, because I have noticed they look somewhere else. And then, you know, there is no, you know, need to talk to them. Really, I hate them.